I just had a question. When people talk about white supremacy, it's just like the eight groups, right? Well, white supremacy is not like just about extremist groups. It's a system, built over centuries that position white people as the default or superior. It devalues or oppresses people of color. It shapes who gets the power, the wealth, the safety, the opportunity. It's embedded in institutions, the cultures, the laws, and even everyday assumptions. You don't need to be an overt racist to participate in it. Society is structured that way. But what are you talking about? Like my white friend is like poor, he struggle. How does white supremacy affect them? Okay, but now you're talking about a class struggle. Because being white doesn't erase hardship, but race isn't one of the things making life harder for him. So he will not be disproportionately policed, denied job, because of his name, or assumed dangerous. White supremacy give advantages to white people, even if they don't see them, while people of color face additional systemic barriers every day. Well, I mean, I'm not racist. I treat everyone equally, so isn't just like that enough? I don't think that it's enough, no, because I think we have to acknowledge our privilege and to use it to take down the racism around us. We have to deconstruct that, that I think it's the most important thing, and also to really it's gonna be normal at the very beginning to be uncomfortable. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that to be uncomfortable, it's a very small price compared to the oppression that these people face. I can tell you that. Okay, treating individuals equally is good. Okay, but white supremacy exists in society, institutions, not just individual actions. It's not enough. Schools, hospitals, media, housing, jobs all have these structures shaped by centuries of racial hierarchy. I treat everyone equally doesn't undo systemic bias. In fact, ignoring it allows the system to continue operating. Okay, well, I didn't create the system, so why should I care that much, Well, you didn't invent it, but you live inside of it. White supremacy shapes neighborhoods, it shapes schools' policies, jobs, media in ways that benefit some and harm others. So that's what society is supposed to do. It's take care of its people. Awareness isn't guilt, it's responsibility. So recognizing the system is the first step to making conscious choices that help dismantle it. Well, talking about it is just gonna divide people, so isn't better to just focus on unity? Well, unity without truth is fragile, and there's no liberation until Black people are liberated. Black people of color, Indigenous people. Pretending the system doesn't exist allows inequality to persist. So the real unity comes from acknowledging harm, understanding how the system operates, and actively working to dismantle it. Silence or denial might feel comfortable for you, but it's gonna keep oppressing people. Okay, but isn't it just like a little extreme? Because not every white person is doing anything wrong. The thing is, white supremacy doesn't require conscious intent. Subtle habits, assumptions, comfort with the status quo all participate in maintaining it. It's embedded in culture, the media, like I said, education, healthcare, policing, wealth distribution. Individual intent doesn't matter. It doesn't. What matters is whether the system is challenged or reinforced. Okay, but really, you don't even have examples to give me about harm that it does today, I'm pretty sure you don't have. Actually, I do. White supremacy harms people in nearly every sector, policing in prisons, White supremacy harms people in nearly every sector. Policing, prisons, disproportionate arrest, harsher sentencing, police violence, in healthcare. The worst outcomes for Black and Indigenous people, material mortality gaps, biased treatment. In the education, schools in majority Black neighborhoods are underfunded, marginalized history in the curricula. They erase the history. In the economy, massive racial wealth gaps, limited access to loans and property. In mental health, constant exposure to racism can cause a lot of trauma. No, actually, it does cause a lot of trauma. Illness, stress. The global systems, exploitative labor, unsafe factories, child labor disproportionately affect people of color. Okay, but what can I do then? What can I do? How do we fix that? How do we deconstruct white supremacy? Deconstructing white supremacy requires action, not guilt. First, listen to people of color and believe their experiences, and don't talk for them. Take the time to listen before jumping and maybe causing harm. And I say that because I did that and I had to learn, because you can say that you didn't have the intent to harm. We don't care about that. Impact over intent, okay? So yeah, like I said, first, listen to people of color, let them talk, don't interrupt, believe their experiences. 2, learn history, the hidden history, colonization, slavery, systemic exploitation. 4, speak up when you see injustice instead of staying silent. It's very slow work, but each action will loosen the system. Awareness leads to responsibility. Responsibility leads to change. Okay, but be real with me for 2 seconds. Do you really have white privilege? Look at your situation, you're super poor and things like that. Yes, absolutely, I have white privilege. Even though I face poverty, disability, or other struggles, my whiteness still shields me from certain barriers. I don't fear being stopped by police because of my skin. My name won't be dismissed in a job application. I won't have to prove my intelligence just to be taken seriously. Class and race interact, but they are not the same. A poor white person struggles, but race isn't another weight pressing down. A poor person of color struggles with both class oppression and racial oppressions. That's why acknowledging white privilege matters. It's not saying like white people have no problems. It's saying that race isn't the problem making the struggle worse. While for people of color, it is absolutely because of it.